I heard the guy in the queue in front of me say, "Oh man, that is so gay." He was with his pal, mucking about the way lads do, when they're out down the town on a Saturday shopping for jeans or, in this case, a shirt that was blue and stripy. The lad was just teasing, having a laugh, telling his pal that the shirt looked daft. Oh man, that is so gay. It's something you hear loads of teenagers say. Back in my day, when I was a teenager, it's not something we would say. We didn't use "that's so gay" to describe something that wasn't okay. We would have said something like, "I wouldn't be seen dead in that," or "stop acting like a moron, you twat." Having said that, you would have heard lots of other disparaging stuff. "Are you a poof or something?" Being gay, back in my day, it wasn't any less tough. But haven't things supposed to have moved on? Aren't we supposed to be teaching our kids that it's wrong to carry on that way that makes people feel shit if they're gay? I just don't understand it. Why has "that's so gay" become the thing that young folk say when they're taking the piss or being playfully cruel when they're teasing their pals in the classroom at school? Aren't the kids nowadays supposed to be more accepting? Aren't they supposed to be seeing gay as not a bad thing? I'm actually sure that if you asked most of the kids in any school class, they'd say that they had no issue with anyone being gay. They'd say it was okay. But that message just doesn't get across, and the gay kids in the class still feel lost. I've heard many folk of my generation talk about how pleased they are that things are better now. We've come so far. It's not like my day. It was illegal to be gay in my day. And I think it's great now that it's absolutely okay to be honest about being born that way. And I'd know if my son or my daughter was gay. I've brought them up to be open. They'd say, "My kids know that we don't have any problem with it, that we're non-judgmental, accepting, wouldn't ever want them to feel that they don't fit. They know that we're not homophobic. We've even got gay friends." So you see, that's the kind of positive message about homosexuality that we send. And yet, some of those same folk don't say a word when their kids use "that's gay" to describe something that might be a bit absurd. They sit with their kids and all laugh along when the telly programmes get it so wrong, when the likes of the amiable Ant and Dec don't keep their "of course we didn't sleep in the same bed, comments in check. They sit and they say, "There's no problem for me with two men holding hands, but it's not really something I want to see." And they're glad that on Strictly on Saturday night a man's not allowed to dance with a man because it just wouldn't be right. What the hell is that all about? No wonder kids are struggling. No wonder they're in turmoil and don't want to come out. I just wish it would stop. I wish that kids would stop using "that's so gay" in such a mocking, disparaging way. I wish that their parents and their teachers just wouldn't tolerate that kind of thing as a feature of everyday language that's deemed to be acceptable. Why can't we all see that when stuff like that is heard by a kid who is gay, he naturally might think that he's not okay? The more he hears "that's so gay" being used in a derogatory, piss-taking way, the more he starts to feel out of place, especially when, quite innocently, it's said right to his face. The thing is, of course, that most folk, including those lads that were in the queue, would feel really sorry if they knew how so bloody hard it is to get through every single day when you don't feel like you fit in our society. If they knew how damaging their words and behaviours are, how they cause so much hurt, leaving deep-rooted scars, they'd soon stop using those words to playfully take the piss when they realise just how destructive it is. It's destructive to the boy who hears them, the boy who fancies a boy in their class and can't tell anyone because of the fear and the turmoil he has around all of the feelings going on inside, feelings that make him want to run and hide. He just wants to make it all go away. He wants to run from everyone he hears at school, at home, on the telly, in the shops, in the queue, everyone that makes him feel like it's not okay to be gay. For some young folk, it gets too hard. Life becomes too tough. They feel angry, depressed, way beyond sad. Even if they've got the most supportive, loving family and friends, society as they see it has no place for them. We lose them. They've just had enough. They choose not to live in a life that's so tough. It's high time we stopped this. It's long, long overdue. How can we make everyone, like those kids in the queue, realise how damaging their words can be? How can we help them understand and see that saying things like "that's so gay" in a disparaging way is wrong, and there are plenty of other things they could say? I explained all of this to the lad in the queue, and at first I thought he was going to tell me to fuck off, the way some young lads do, but he didn't, and instead he was quiet for a minute, and then he turned to me and said, "I never really thought about it like that." And then he turned to his pal and he said, "If you wear that shirt, you are going to look a right twat."